Hiya crafty folks, Amy here, and I have a super simple stencil card to share with you today. I'm going to be using this gorgeous big rose stencil from acolorfullifedesigns. It's a 6x6, and I do have some leftover pixie spray on the back of it. That's what I was showing you there. It does have a little bit of tack. But I have some mini ink cubes from Concord and Ninth, my blending brushes, as well as some 110-pound Nina Classic Crest Solar White cardstock. I'm using my brayer to kind of push that stencil down onto the cardstock, but I'm going to use the magnets as well on my Make Art station. And I'm picking a selection of the colors that I want to use from this little ink pad set. I do end up adding some more as I go along, but to start, I know I kind of want to do the whole red and teal kind of look. So I'm starting off with the lighter of the two red colors in the center and kind of blending outward, just kind of starting heavier handed in the center and then going lighter handed as I move outward on the stencil. And then I come in with the darker cranberry color. I do the lighter first and then the darker because I'm using the same blending brush and I want to be as true to that color as I can. So then I start with these teal colors and pull out my teal blending brush, and the same thing. I do lighter first, moving outward on the image, and then come back in with the darker. Now I am kind of holding it down as I go. You could apply more pixie spray and that would hold this delicate stencil down even better, but honestly it wasn't difficult. Between the magnets and my fingers and the residual pixie spray, it was not a trouble at all. So I then come in with this beautiful ocean side and come around the corners kind of like a vignette. And I'm just kind of doing that more heavy-handed around the edges just to kind of give it some drama. But then I realized, there wasn't quite enough drama for this mama. So I got the peacock color, which is an even darker teal, and then that gorgeous eggplant. So I come in even darker still on the edges with that ocean side, and come in on the corners, and then I use the eggplant over the red. So if you ever want to kick up the drama, whether it's with your Copics or your inks, don't rule out that purple. That purple can really amp up your reds. So I did that right in the center just to kind of give it, like I said, a lot more oomph. So here's the beautiful reveal. So that panel's about ready to go, but I decided that I want to give it a little bit more interest. So I have these wonky stitched rectangle dies from My Favorite Things, and I have some low tack tape. I ran that through my die cutting machine, and then I'm just attaching that panel to an A2 size card base of, again, the same thing, 110-pound Nina. Now I have this older stamp set from Waffle Flowers, and if it's still available, I will link it below with the other items used. So just expand and scroll down and you can find those links there. But I decided to stamp on the front of the card with a black pigment ink just to make sure that it stands out, because it is kind of a busy scene and I want to make sure that those letters really pop off on the front of the card. So I'm just using that black pigment ink and I stamp it a couple times just to make sure it's nice and dark and even. It's the beauty of the Misty tool, right? And I have that press tool from Tailored Expressions. That's what I'm using to just apply some even pressure on the front of the card. And then I'm using some of the other sentiments from the stamp set and the colors that I used on the front of the card, which again, now I'm questioning this top color. I don't remember if I used Poppy or not. Doesn't really match the greatest, but hey, it's a handmade card, right? So then I have remember you are enough, loved, amazing. So I'm just kind of working down the colors just to give it some interest on the inside of the card and continue the sentiment. And I just think this would make such a nice, encouraging card to send to a loved one that's maybe, doubting themselves like we often do, or having kind of a rough go of things. So this is a really simple, easy to ship, flat idea to send a card to your loved ones. Let them know you're thinking of them and that they rock, right? Because, we can all use those little pick-me-ups in the mailbox from time to time. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Check you next time. Bye.